My name is Masi Tum, and this is a technical program that I started a couple of months ago. We've been doing data structures and algorithms until um, 3 months ago, where we started working on projects. This is our first official project. It's a to-do list application, and these are my mentees. They will introduce themselves, but I was their technical mentor for this period, and this is our review of the project uh, for the MVP, our first version of the application. So, Edwin, you can introduce yourself.
Okay. Um. Okay. I'll share the screen and then I'll continue from there.
Actually, we can do a quick introduction, all of us, because we're all on the video, and then you can start your
Okay. Okay.
presentation. Just a quick intro of who you are. Yeah.
Okay. Um. Hi everyone. My name is Edwin Taus. I am one of the mentees at the Ongea Technical Mentorship, and the journey has been quite good. It's a nice experience, and generally I've been happy to be here, and I'm looking forward to more. Uh, because this is the first project, I'm looking forward to more collaborative projects um, with my fellow mentees and also our mentor. Thank you.
Thank you,
Hi.
Edwin. Hi.
Mm. My name is Mark Tarus. I'm one of the mentees learning software development. The journey has been very good together with our mentor Masitum. I think going forward, we'll have more collaborative work, and it will be a good experience for us. And I think we are learning a lot. Thank you.
Okay.
Hi guys,
Hi.
my name is Faith Tum. I'm also one of the mentees at Technical Ongea Mentorship Training Program, and the journey has been really good so far, and I can't wait to continue building more projects with you guys. Yeah.
Okay. Thank you again for the introduction. So, Edwin, you can take the floor, and yeah, we're excited to see what you have to share with us today.
Okay. Okay. Um. Yeah. As I said, it's the journey with OngeaTask. A quick intro. Uh, I am Edwin Tarus, an aspiring software developer and a member of the OngeaTech Mentee program. Uh, I joined this journey as a beginner, and I was eager to understand how uh, software is designed, built, and delivered. And so far, the project has been quite, like I say, challenging and rewarding as well. And it has helped me to grow more personally and technically. And I think it's been quite a nice experience. Uh, about this particular project, it's a collaborative group project that's aimed at solving a common productivity challenge, which is task management. Our objective was to build a task management application where users can create, manage, and organize their tasks in a simple and user-friendly way. We began by clearly identifying the problem and outlining, outlining the user needs. Then we moved to selecting the suitable uh, applications and the tech stack. After that, we designed the UI experience and finally implemented the core functionalities. The tech stack included HTML, CSS, JavaScript, Flask for Python, MySQL, and MySQL, Figma, Postman, and Docker. Um, so I'm going to state my contributions from the beginning. At the start, I helped define the problem statement. That's why we need task management applications. And then I participated in writing the project objectives and the user stories. And then uh, I helped come up and write the tech stack document. That was the project planning phase. And then we moved to design phase, which constituted the low fidelity and the high fidelity. Low fidelity, we used FigJam, and my part, my the things I did were designing the login, sign up, and forgot password wireframes using FigJam. Um, we did the landing page together as a group, and we discussed on the task layout, interactivity, and the user navigation. That's how the navigation bar would look, and the navigation bar. And then we moved to the high fidelity design, and my responsibility included designing the landing page UI, that's the user interface, uh, the task cards, action buttons, and the sidebars. Um, I also created the individual task view, that's the task page, and I did the componentization, which included building reusable components like the navigation bar and the task cards. After that, um, we moved to the front end, and I was tasked with creating the HTML template for the landing page and the logout page. Then at later stages, I did the forgot password pages. Uh, I used vanilla JavaScript to dynamically render the task cards on the landing page, and then uh, I also used it to handle the checkbox selection for bulk tasks, that is deleting tasks and also marking them complete. Another thing was to toggle visibility of action buttons uh, when a task is checked. And then after that, we did the backend, which included using Flask routes to render templates, handle task creation and persistence. That's making sure that once a task has been created, it will remain on the um, on the tasks page, that's landing page, and also it was responsible for loading tasks dynamically from the database and enabling deletion or completion via the Dart logic. And then at the later stages, uh, I did the authentication and password reset. So I created the out underscore routes file, which managed form submissions for the login and sign up. And then it also did check the credentials and added plus session storage. And then after that, it redirected the user to the landing page after login. I also implemented the forgot password workflow, which is used to generate a secure time-sensitive tokens and then send password reset emails to the user. So I'll move to what I've learned so far, the learning outcomes from the project. Uh, from the project, I gained a great understanding of how that's the project uh, progress, starting from identifying a problem, planning a solution, and then implementing the core functionalities using code, and then after that, uh, uh, checking if it works well. Yeah. I also learned how to like use Figma and Fixam to transform ideas into visual designs and wireframes. I also developed practical skills in web development with Flask, and uh, more like as of now, I can say that I'm comfortable using Git for collaboration, except the few times that I have to do a web search to confirm some of the commands that I'm using. Um, my journey so far, one of it is teamwork because we do weekly meetings, and with that, uh, I've learned to like do collaborative work and problem solving, which has improved my ability to communicate technical concepts clearly. Another is technical fluency. I've gained confidence in discussing and using some of the technical terms that we use, and it's really let's say confidence booster. Another is adaptability because we come across new concepts, new tools that we used, and I've managed to use new tools, solve bugs, and I've adapted to new concepts as we move along with the project. Another thing is presentation skills. I know I'm not that that far ahead, but I'm happy with where I am now because I've become more comfortable explaining progress and features during the group meetings. Um, what's next for me after this project? I hope to deepen and sharpen my front end and backend skills, and also let's say grasp them and have them at my fingertips. I also hope to explore more web frameworks such as Django, and then after this, I hope to contribute to more collaborative projects to gain more experience and also put the skills that I'll be learning and also the skills that I've acquired to use. I also hope to pursue a certification process related to web development, and also I hope to improve more on my communication skills. Thank you.
Wow, that was amazing. Thank you. Thank you so much for the presentation. I realized you didn't add a
Uh,
Q&A session, but I will add that
uh,
manually, which
uh,
is still okay. Do you guys
okay.
have any questions for Edwin? Any questions, comments, feedback, anything like that? We've used 10 minutes, which is great because our target was 15, so
Uh,
that's
15, yeah,
perfect.
15.
And then we can have like five
Mm,
minutes for questions or feedback or comments. My feedback is that was a really great presentation. Thank you so much for sharing your experience,
thank
your
you.
journey, and I'm
Uh,
happy that you have personally grown from this experience. Do we have any feedback or comment or
okay,
questions?
I have a question.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, Throughout your journey and let's say when you were developing this application, what were your challenges and how did you try to solve them?
Good question. Very good question. Yes.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Mm. The challenges were there from the beginning, especially the design, because the design is, I think, time consuming and you have to like do a lot. Um, I can say let's start with the design because we didn't know much, so we had to like learn as we are as we are doing the design. And also another thing that I realized that I think we didn't know at that time was using the correct frames for the design. And it was a challenge because when you are previewing the pages, they weren't showing like them correctly. And I think it's something that I've learned, and in our next project, I'll be able to use the correct frames, and I think it will be good. Uh, another thing is when we are doing the like implementing the application using like doing coding. Uh, when we were starting, I'd say for me, I was almost starting at zero. So we had to like learn everything and try to use these coding languages to come up to implement the project. And it was because you don't know where to start. And I'll say thank you so much to Masitum because she helped us uh, like a lot. Uh, and yeah, um, another thing I'd say, yeah, still the coding challenges, and we use ChatGPT like most of it because yeah, and I think yeah we're still learning. So
Yeah, that's a really good question. Thank you so much, Mark, and thank you for answering those questions because those are things I also need to look into and see how I can improve in the future. But since we're learning sometimes can be uncomfortable, especially if we have zero ideas or like we don't know what we do, like we have no experience with doing what we are
mm,
supposed to do. So
mm,
that's okay. And I have a question, a follow-up question to that.
okay.
What advice would you give someone who wants to join this program and is also going to start from the level you started, uh, like with no experience?
Um,
Yeah.
I'll say don't be afraid. Uh, it's frightening. Like you're afraid, like I don't know anything, so where am I even going to start from? I think if you have the good people around you who have done this, you can feel comfortable because there are a lot of resources that you can use to to start, and also as you're progressing, you'll realize that uh, each step each step you take is a step towards the goal, and you won't even realize it that uh, you have learned something. Like you just after using it, uh, let's say as you start, you get introduced to new tools, uh, new concepts, and you learn how to use them to solve your problems. Mm,
So your advice is, uh, don't worry, you will have the community,
mm,
and
yeah,
in a nutshell,
and the resources.
and you'll have the resources, yes, to get you started. And don't be afraid. I
Mm,
think you also mentioned that, like, don't be afraid.
yeah, just take the first step.
Yeah. Thank you so much. I think that's it. I actually think we've taken exactly 15
Mm,
minutes. So we'll have
mm.
the next person, Mark. Please go ahead, share your screen, tell us about your experience, and then we will save some time to ask you a few questions in the end.
Okay, so as I stated already, my name is Matarus. Uh, I'm a mentee in this software development journey with my peers and our mentor Masitum. Our project was developing a to-do list web app called OngeaTask. And first, when we are like brainstorming what project we will delve into, so we had many ideas, but we chose OngeaTask because of its minimal and intuitive design. Uh, like it offered a lot of, what can I say, a lot of useful things for like people who are trying to categorize their tasks, create tasks, and also mark their tasks as complete. Uh, our goals were to help users organize their tasks efficiently, support categorization, like addition of tasks and subtasks for structured planning. Also, we had this idea of enabling like prioritizing the tasks with colors, such as the tasks that are urgent and those that are not urgent. And also the app provided trash and history pages for better task management. And also with the profile page, and also which we enabled the goal was to create an app that allowed a secure login and logout. And also the primary objective was to allow us to learn more, to start a project and complete it. I think up now we are doing very well. Uh, These are also the like I mentioned from the previous the previous the objective was to build a responsive, friendly UI, implement the CRUD operations such as like adding the task, deleting throughout from the task pages to categories, and also history and slash pages. Also, we take prioritization of tasks and also implementing authentication and setting customization. Uh, our tech stack was the front end we used HTML, JS, and also vanilla JavaScript. The back end was primarily Python, Flask. Our database was MySQL managed by the Beaver and also Docker. And from the beginning, brainstorming, we used FigJam and Figma, and we also did on Java. The architecture of our project was using Flask blueprints for modular routing, RESTful APIs for categories, tasks, subtasks, profile, authentication, the settings, as well as trash pages. We use MySQL database for persistent storage, and also static files for JS, CSS, and uploading images, and the template engine Ginger2 for rendering dynamic pages. My main contributions were mainly in the categories page and the profile page, from from the start, that is through um, and Figma, and then through now implementing the coding work. And in the categories page, my main task was to implement the function of adding a category, and then like after creating the category, you can edit it, and also you can delete the category. And also I was to create a, a color indicator in the within the within the individual categories, which will indicate like the priority of the categories. And also in the profile page, my main role was to create the profile manageable UI with editable fields for the primary fields, that is the username, the first name, last name, and also the email, and also add an image field, like let's say yeah, like where to save your profile image, and also implement uploading the image, and also fetch from the DB together, as well as the editable fields. I also implemented the form data API to send both text and images files to the backend, and also to retrieve it. Uh, Another thing that I implemented was building a unified success and error pop-ups for the system to enable better feedback for the user, such as when creating when the profile, you can get the pop-up that you have saved the profile your profile information successfully, and also if there's an error, you can get the feedback. Okay, from throughout the journey from the beginning of this project through learning the like learning to create the frameworks through until now, I learned a lot. Mainly, I've learned how to use Figma and FigJam to design user-friendly interfaces before coding now, before implementing the code. And I've learned how to structure like the Flask routes to enable performing the crew operations, that is delete, edit, and also adding adding the information. And also I've learned designing of the models with SQL Alchemy. I've also gained a lot of skills in Git and GitHub, uh, such as adding and also pulling and pushing, and also creating a PR. Uh, I've also improved my skills on front end and back end code, and also gain knowledge in understanding errors, debugging, and also adding the errors, like reading and understanding what kind of errors you have. And actually, the errors are part of the challenges that I've experienced throughout the journey. Uh, my growth journey before starting this project, and I remember like from the beginning, my student asked us if we can join a program. She had just created the mentorship, and we agreed. And I'm so happy that I joined the mentorship program, because at the beginning I had little experience in web development. I had basic understanding in Flask HTML, primarily HTML and CSS, and little of JavaScript. And I also had little experience with databases and the API design, and also minimal exposure to UI designs. Uh, and I've learned a lot, like designing like the frameworks from scratch. That is from brainstorming. Um, I also had little experience with GitHub, and right now I think uh, during OngeaTask, like the Ongea mentorship program, I think I've gained a little I have gained knowledge on building APIs, and also I've improved my front end. That is when like creating the user interfaces which are good. Uh, I've also learned a lot in Git and GitHub. That is branching, creating your branch, pulling, and also pushing my changes to, let's say, my branch, or to the main. Uh, I think from the beginning, that is when we are brainstorming. I think now I can, let's say, I can create a good prototype using FigJam and Figma. I also learned a lot debugging, and also reading errors, understanding them, um, understanding the user needs, like what the user expects from, such as color palette, and also the pop-ups where you indicate whether you have done something successfully or whether you have an error or something, just something to show that to allow the user to have a good experience. Uh, I think also I've improved in collaboration with my team, in communication, communicating my code, and also mm, to inquire maybe if when I have a problem. Uh, and also I think I've improved on my technical concepts, like how to explain my code well. Uh, my next steps now, I think so far so good for me. Like I think I've learned a lot, but I still have a long way to go. And my primary objectives right now is to get a better understanding of database knowledge, so improve more on my on front end, back end. Uh, that is gaining more knowledge, learning more, especially okay, I can say JavaScript. So I think I want to learn React, uh, improve my API design skills, to work more with my team. I think I would like to us to collaborate more in projects. It helps a lot in like the learning journey, and also enhance on my UI UX skills. Uh, that's the end of my presentation, and my journey through the Ongea mentorship has been great. Uh, Thank you for listening. And if you have any questions, I'm glad to answer your questions. I'll be glad to answer your questions.
Thank you so much, Mark, for sharing. That was very extensive and very informative as well. So, do we have? Is there are there any questions, feedback, comments? Do we have any anything? You guys are good. I have. Sorry, you wanted to say something?
Oh, I wanted to
No,
comment
no,
and
no.
say
Oh,
the presentation was good and informative. Thank you.
Yeah. So I have a question. I know you've mentioned. You asked Edwin what challenges he had, and you've also mentioned one of the challenges, which was error handling or debugging. Do you have any other challenge that you experienced during this process? And also, same question as Edwin,
uh,
what advice would you give to someone who wants or who's thinking about joining the program, like so that they can make the most out of it? Yeah.
let me first answer the question of the challenges.
Yeah.
I think I've had my plenty share of challenges, like Edwin has had mentioned.
Yeah.
Uh, I think the main challenges were like also trying to understand how to implement like the ideas, such as the idea of implementing the color pickup pop-up box, which we discussed during our like the other meeting, I think the previous meeting, and I think those were the main challenges, like trying to implement ideas. Um, but I think actually the good thing about the challenges is that you now try to solve them, and trying to solve them exposes you to like the many solutions that you can use to solve your problem. And the challenges have been great in allowing me to learn more and to gain more knowledge, and like uh, implementing ideas and finding the best ideas to solve your problem. uh, Regarding the like if I have to inform if I have to tell someone, maybe like encouraging them to join such mentorship as ours. Uh, I think in the beginning, I really well what web development entails and what it's required of me. And I think I was a little hesitant since my main field was in engineering, and I think engineering. I think you can like since I had already I had the knowledge of engineering like from my campus time. It was that part was easy, and then now shifting to web development, I think I was a little hesitant since I didn't know what it entails and what to do and the steps. And I think this mentorship has really been great. It has helped me a lot in finding the pathway and understanding what is you, what you need to learn. And I can't say that I know like my pathway right now. I'm still exploring, but uh, this mentorship, what I can say that it is the beginning. It is the foundation of what I would want to do in the future. And joining such mentorship is for someone who wants to join. I think it's the first step to maybe to realizing what you want to do.
Okay, thank you so much for the wise. I don't know if like for your advice. Yes, for anyone who wants to join. So in a nutshell, you've mentioned that it's the beginning and it's okay. I'm just summarizing what you've you've said, and that it's okay to have challenges at the beginning, right? Like during the learning process, and
Yeah,
even if you're coming from a different field, it might be challenging, but as you continue, it gets better. Short summary of what you
yeah, it
said.
gets good.
Yeah. Okay. Thank you so much.
Yeah,
This was really great. And now
yeah,
we'll
welcome.
move on to Faith. If there's no more questions or comments, we'll move on to Faith. Yeah.
Okay, thank you for listening and thank you for your feedback.
Yes.
Hello, everyone. My name is
Hi.
Faith, and I'm sorry I don't have a PowerPoint presentation, but I have some notes on my book right here. And yeah, so let me begin. Um, by describing myself, I am a passionate web developer with a strong foundation in Python, Flask, and front-end technologies like JavaScript, HTML, and CSS. Mm, about this app, it is a dynamic web-based to-do list app that enables users to manage tasks. And the main functionalities of this app, the user can add a task, edit a task, delete a task, categorize the task, retrieve deleted tasks, view history of the tasks they've been adding and deleting. And the goal of this app is to build a user-friendly interface with real-time interactivity and database integration. Mm, the main technologies we used for this app was Flask. We used it for the back end. Uh, Flask is a Python framework, and we used that for back end. For the database, we used MySQL. And for the front end, we used JavaScript and HTML and CSS. Yeah. So my contribution to this project, I I helped in design my task. I was assigned to work on the login page, the sign up page, and the subtasks functionality. So I helped in designing the login page sign up and subtasks through using tools like Figma and FigJam. Um, that was my main task. That was what I was assigned to do. Um, so the subtasks functionality that I worked on was creating the subtasks. So in a task, in a specific task, you can either add a subtask or not. So if you want to add a subtask, there is an option for adding it. You can delete the subtask. You can edit the subtasks. You can there's a checkbox also for those subtasks, so you can be able to check multiple subtasks or check one subtask and manipulate it. Also in that page, there is I was able to design the part for categorizing your task. So in categories, we are categorizing the tasks in terms of priority. There is a high priority level, medium priority, and a low priority. So we were categorizing them using colors, whereby the high priority is red, the low priority is gray, I guess. The medium is orange, but we will see that. But that is what I was assigned to do. Um, I was also I was able to connect also the Flask backend with my SQL container, whereby we can be able to receive data and send and receive data through routes, Flask routes. I was able to do that also. Um, yeah, that was my contribution to the project. What I learned while doing this project was I learned how to use Figma and FigJam. Before this, I didn't even know I didn't know about Figma and FigJam, and I realized that it's a very important tool for visualizing your project. You can be able to design like how you want your project to look like before you start building it. So that's what I learned first. Mm, I also learned some professional practices that are really important, like using Git and GitHub for version control. And because it is very important to keep versions of your work so that you can be able to retrieve any work that you might think you've lost, and just to know how it's going, and to keep the project clean. Also, another professional practice I learned is how to set up virtual environments. And I also learned it is very important to create a environment for your project so that it is isolated and you can only um, build your project in that specified environment. So I learned how to create a virtual environments, and also to create clean directories for your work, so that everything it is clear and organized, so that it's easy for also everyone else to see your work, and also for you not to get mixed up. Mm, I also learned you should how to use I also learned the importance of branches and working with branches, and how important it is to work on your branch and not the main branch. Oh, one of us one day used the main branch, and I think they committed the work on the main branch, and there was an issue, something like that.
Yeah.
So I learned how important it is to use your own branch. I think it was Mark. Sorry if it was not you. I also learned debugging and problem solving. Um, sometimes I would get really stuck. And one thing Mercy taught me was, if you're designing something and maybe an element is not where you want it to be, like title imeenda huku like the title goes here, or don't know, a box goes to this side, you can use the inspect option on the browser. So that really helped me a lot. I learned how to use that, and also I learned how to use tools like GitHub, which not GitHub, like ChatGPT, which would help me when I don't know how to solve a problem. And also Stack Overflow, which is really good also. I also learned how to design tables. Like in our case, we have two tables. We have the task table and the subtask table. I learned how to design that using the models.py file, which we have. Um, I also learned, um, yeah, that's what I learned mainly. And I also learned how to use document objects, uh, DOM, JS DOM manipulation for handling events like clicking, submitting, changing something. I learned how to use that because I had to learn JavaScript for this project. Yeah, so that's what I learned. Mm, okay, my growth journey. One thing I've known is how to turn challenges into confidence. Like, I've learned how to take challenges head on, and because I know I can learn, because I know I can figure out a solution, and I also have few people to help me through it. So I learned how to take challenges head on. I learned how to build projects and not just code. I learned how to set up foundations for the projects. Um, I didn't know that before. I didn't know like the every step how to begin until, so I learned that. Also through this journey, I've grown to embrace tools like ChatGPT, as I said. I've grown to embrace them and use them well, and really, really use them to help, because they really help a lot. Um, Also in my growth journey, nowadays I don't see myself as a learner anymore. I see myself as a full-on developer, because I've got to learn so much, and I've got to enjoy coding and building these projects. Yeah, and I've grown to my communication skills have grown also. I've known how to communicate my problems, ideas with my team, and I'm glad I can do that now. Um, what's next is to deepen my skills in uh, programming, in development. I want to continue learning and continue taking courses for like JavaScript and also database, because it was really challenging a little, using setting up the database and configuring it with a Flask backend. It was a bit challenging, so I'm going to deepen my skills in that. And I'm also going to continue building real world projects that people can use, and that's going to make life easier for people. And I'm also going to continue learning everything I can learn about development, and keep building with purpose for people, and also for my intellectual satisfaction. Anyways, thank you so much for listening, and that is all. You can ask questions or anything now.
Yes, thank you so much for sharing. It was very interesting to hear. It was funny, it was informative, it was a lot of things. And I'm happy you mentioned the DB setup. I honestly, um, I can imagine, learning Docker at the same time, setting up a DB at the same time, and all these things. It might be, challenging. And I would say you guys did a really great job. In as much as everything was new, you guys did a really good job with taking everything in, and in as much as it can be overwhelming, like figuring out and also reaching out to, say I need help with something. So I'll open the floor in case there are any feedback. There's any feedback, comments, questions. I guess I'll still ask the same thing I asked everyone else, apart from you've said DB setup. Are there any challenges that you faced, and also what advice would you give someone who wants to join a program and they're also like green, they are joining at the same level that you joined? What advice would you give them?
Yeah, as I mentioned, I had challenges with the database. I also had challenges with JavaScript because my knowledge in JavaScript was not that good. I did have some ideas on how to, use JavaScript for for the front end functionalities, but I didn't have enough skills for like for this project. Some things I really didn't know how to implement them. Um, yeah, that was my main problem, the database and JavaScript. Those are my challenges. And for anyone who wants to advice I give to people who would like to join us to start, I would say just start. If no matter the level of skill you have, even if you know nothing, you will definitely learn, and it gets to be really enjoyable once you start. You will get to enjoy coding, and you'll get to love solving problems. It brings some kind of satisfaction that is very you will really like. So I would just advise you to start from somewhere. You can start doing simple courses. There are always courses on YouTube, on platforms like Coursera. Personally, I started from there. And also we are here if you want to join the Ongea Tech program. We are also here and we'll also help you throughout your journey. Yeah.
Thank you so much for that, the responses. Do you guys have any feedback, comment, questions, anything at all before we finish with the presentations? Because I was
Okay.
thinking we can do a demo after. Sorry, Edwin.
Mine is just to touch on what Faith said on adhering to good practices. She mentioned someone once merged to main before everyone contributes. And I'm going to confess that was me.
Well, it's
Yeah,
also
so
sorry for the shots fired.
Sorry.
Apologies to Uncle.
uh,
Yeah, it was Edwin.
yeah. Mm. So I merged Mark's work to main before everyone could review it, and I was advised against doing that, and honestly that has stuck with me. Every time uh I want to do anything, I just remember you don't do that. You don't merge to main before everyone has had an opportunity to see it. So yeah, that's just one of the things to remember, and I think it's a good practice. Yeah, and it's yeah, I think it's good that I got to experience that. Mm.
Yeah, exactly. Thank you so much for that. That and also always working on your own branch and like never working on the main
Yeah, yeah.
branch. I think those are cardinal rules like everyone should live by. Yes. Um are we do we have any other
Okay, I have a final question.
okay, okay.
Uh, Mine will touch primarily outside the coding, like coding and. I want to ask what do you appreciate more in regards to this mentorship program like the Jam? For example, the way Edwin has touched on like the not merging to main before for review, like the practices we do while coding and also dealing with like everyone's work.
Uh, Come again. I didn't quite understand the question.
Oh, I was saying like, what do you appreciate more in regards to the entire journey from the beginning, like in this mentorship program?
Oh, oh, I appreciate the fact that I've gotten to learn so much and getting and knowing that it's not as hard as I thought it was. But before I knew it was really hard, that knowing this stuff is going to take years and it's going to be like so hard. But I've come to appreciate the fact that I can do anything, honestly. I can learn anything, and I can put my mind onto something, and I will learn. And I've also come to appreciate the community that we have right now. That it's so helpful. It has helped me a lot in growing like my knowledge to web development. And yeah, that's what I appreciate most about this community and this journey.
Nice.
Mm.
Thank you so
I
much
hope I've
for
answered your
sharing.
question.
Was that question answered, Mark, to your satisfaction? Like, was that
Yeah,
okay? Okay,
yeah, it was answered in satisfaction. I
okay.
think, actually, for me,
Mm-hmm.
I think I appreciate more. It has helped me to be consistent,
Mm-hmm.
like throughout our meetings.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it has built my commitment to like doing my work and also yeah, try
Nice,
to learn a lot like from scratch until now.
nice. That is really, really great. And that's something that I'm happy you mentioned that because that's something most people don't see it or rarely think about it. Consistency, like it really builds your discipline. Showing up every week for 2 to 3 hours isn't easy, and it requires a lot of dedication. And if you do that enough for long enough, it becomes part of you. And with the discipline, you're sure to achieve something to its end. And with that, that gives you confidence to do that thing and even more things, like other things. So it does more than just help you build an application at the end of the day. So
Hi, today I'll be presenting OngeaTask, a full stack management web app built as part of a collaborative team project. My name is Abby Sang. I'm majoring in computer science and engineering with a focus on software engineering. I'm passionate about technology and enjoy both problem solving and creativity. I'm especially interested in full stack development and also exploring the field of cybersecurity. Currently a sophomore at Columbus State Community College. I'm also dual enrolled at Ohio State University. OngeaTask is a full stack task management application that helps users stay organized. It allows users to create and manage personal tasks, mark tasks as completed, which are moved to the history page, and then move tasks to trash with options to restore or delete permanently. In terms of the tech stack, for front end, we used HTML, CSS, and also JavaScript. For backend, we used Flask, Python, SQL Alchemy, and also MySQL. It was built as a team project, and I contributed to both backend and front end functionality. I contributed to the backend logic and collaborated closely with teammates on testing and integration. Features I helped implement was the history page, which displays completed tasks grouped by completion date with the restore or trash options, and then the trash page, which displays deleted tasks grouped by date with restore or permanent delete functionality. For the back end work, I wrote a helper method for task state transitions, like completing, deleting, and restoring tasks, and then also built logic to ensure completed, deleted tasks are filtered from the active view. I also used Postman to test routes and debug issues, and then help maintain clarity and also collaboration using GitHub, like creating a branch, committing, and also resolving merge conflicts. The tools used were Flask, SQL Alchemy, MySQL, Docker, dbeaver, GitHub, and also Postman. Throughout this project, I've learned a lot, especially around back end development and tying everything together. I learned Flask route handling and SQL Alchemy for database integration, writing reusable models, model methods for handling task states, also organizing and filtering data to display correctly in the UI. Also designing front end features using Figma as a visual guide, and then using Postman to simulate API requests and also test endpoints, and then also using tools like ChatGPT to understand complex backend logic and also guide my development. For my growth journey, at first for front end and also back end, at first I was more confident in front end development, but throughout this project, I learned to connect the front end to back end logic using Flask and SQL Alchemy. I also got better at writing and debugging routes and ensuring the interface reflected real time data. And then for GitHub and collaboration, I learned how to use Git and GitHub more efficiently and effectively, creating branches for specific features, writing clean commit messages, and also handling merge conflicts. This kind of made teamwork and code management smoother. And then for debugging, I ran into issues like completed or deleted tasks still showing up on the main page, on the main task page. So using that, I learned to isolate bugs and also testing using Postman and adjusting both route logic and also model methods to help resolve them. Um, what's next for me? This project really boosted my confidence in learning how to code and also collaborating in a full stack development project. And also going forward, I plan to keep building full stack projects and continuing to practice back end and also front end integration. I hope to learn also more frameworks like Django and React. I'm also open to exploring open source contributions and also real world coding collaboration. I hope to also deepen my knowledge and understanding of software engineering practices that are used in the field, and also eventually as a role, I would like to be a software engineer while also continuing to explore cybersecurity as well on the side. Yeah, thank you. That's all. Hope you have a great day. Working on this project, I did face some challenges, and probably one of the biggest was debugging unexpected behavior in the backend. For example, some tasks would still show up in the active view even after being marked as completed. This really pushed me to really understand how route logic and also database queries work together. I used Postman to isolate the problem. I tested in different scenarios, and then I also adjusted both the model methods and routes until the issue was resolved. Another issue or another challenge that I faced was learning to work in sync. together with the team on GitHub. I kind of joined the program when my teammates were further along than me, so I had to get caught up. Mostly on GitHub, I had to get comfortable using branches and also resolving conflicts. Um, my advice for someone thinking of starting the program would be don't be afraid to start even if you feel like you don't know enough. For me, I'm really new in coding, and getting involved in this program and also being with my teammates really helped me learn and also be comfortable in a team setting. Also, I would say take advantage of tools around you, whether that's AI to help guide your thinking or also asking questions when you're stuck. And then also stay consistent, be open to learning from others, and you'll be surprised by how much you'll grow personally and also technically. Thank you.
How you reset your password. So when you come to the login page, you click the forgot password page, and it will take you to this page where you will input your email. Make sure you use your correct email. Once you click the send reset link, it will send a link to your email where you'll be able to use that link to reset your password. So just a moment. Once you click the reset send the reset link, it will redirect you to the login page. Now if you go to your email, let me go to my email. Yeah. So this is the reset password link. It's just simple now. So if you click it, it will take you to this page. Then you can change your password. So I'll change it, and then I'll confirm your password, and then reset your password. So you'll be directed here, and then you can update your password. Let's log in again. Log in. Yeah, and then it takes you to the landing page. Now we are going to add our task. So let's say the demonstrate adding task. And then the description. Then you can create the task. Once you create the task, it will direct you to the individual task pages. And then this is Faith's territory, and I think she'll take us through that. Okay. Thank you. Okay, so the task that we just created has been added to the tasks page, and you can see it here.
Thank you so much for sharing that. That was a very good demo. Who'd like to go next? Or should we follow the order we used initially?
Yeah, I think you can.
I think I could go next.
Yeah.
Okay.
So that you can follow the flow.
Yes. Yes.
Okay. Can you all see my screen?
It's still loading on my end. Yeah, I can see it now.
Yeah, I can see it.
Okay. You can see it?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay, so now we've already created a task, as Edwin has shown the process, but you can just still do it again. Let's say new thing, description. Then we create a task. So as you can see, the task title comes here, and the description is the description box is here. So if you want to change your description, you can just delete it and maybe just change it to another description or something else if you want to. Yeah, and once you've created it, you can save it so that it doesn't change again. You can save the changes like that. If you want to change, you can just change it also, and you can save it again. So now this is the task, and maybe you want to add a new task, new subtask. So you come here. I created this input field. I created it as a collapse button because you can have so many subtasks here that is going to, and the input field that was there before would have covered the subtask, and it would have been just blocking. It would have been blocking the view of the subtask. Okay, so maybe you want a new subtask. Let's say subtask 1. After creating it, you add it, and after adding it, the button collapses. So this subtask you can check, and once you check it, you can decide to delete it or mark it as complete. Once you mark it as complete, it is checked through, and that's when you know you've completed the task. Okay, let's just add a couple of more subtasks. Subtask 2. Subtask 3. Subtask 4. Okay. I need to change that functionality because the striped subtask has come back again, but I will work on that. So now you've created a couple of tasks, and you can do multiple things to it. You can delete it, and it will give you a pop-up to ask if you are sure you want to delete the subtask, and you press OK. And you can also decide to select multiple subtasks and delete them all at once. Let me select 2, and it will delete all of them at once. Okay, once you've created a subtask, it will appear on the database. Sorry, let me refresh. So this is the, well, we had 2 tasks in my page, which is build to-do lists, to-do app, and new thing, and here they are on the database. And also the subtasks are here. Where is the, yeah, here it is. So once you add another one, it will just be added on the database. Okay. Also, I was able to categorize to set the category functionality for this task. You can put it as a high priority, which is red, or medium, or low. Yeah, I think that's basically it for this page. Yeah, I think that's it.
Nice. It looks really, really good. I like the collapsing menu or input box. I think that's a very
Yeah,
smart way of doing that, considering, like you said, the list can be long, and therefore you don't want to block
yeah.
the view of the
Mm-hmm.
list. So this is really great. I'm happy you're also able to identify some things you can work on in future, like just to make it perfect. But honestly, so far it looks good. It has the basic functionality which we were going for, so that's great. And that's the thing, most people are usually scared to get started because they want to build something perfect. But the thing is, you just build, as long as it's doing the main thing, the main functionality, that's okay. And then you can always improve on that as you continue. But this is really good. um, Guys, do you
Thank
have
you.
any questions, or can we move on to the last demonstration with Mark?
I think it's good. I don't have any questions,
Mm-hmm.
so I think we can move on to Mark.
Okay, great.
Oh, just an additional.
Mm-hmm.
I think I'll also need to add an edit button, so in case you want to edit the subtask,
Nice catch. And
I'll also add that.
I like
Yeah.
that you are identifying this additional features on your own, because that's really good. You're self-analyzing, and then before we do like a thorough review or a thorough test, because I know that's one thing we haven't done, and I think once we're done with the demos, I can talk about that with the plans for the future. Yeah. So Mark, it's
Okay.
you can present your demo now. Thanks Faith for the presentation.
Thank you.
Okay, thank
I can see your screen, Mark. Just FYI.
you. Okay,
Yeah, I can
I
see
was
it.
checking if my app was running. Okay, it's running.
Nice.
Uh, okay, welcome to my presentation. Mm, I'll start with the profile page since my primary tasks was implementing the categories and profile page. And okay, great. I was great, but yeah, it's working okay. So uh, my profile page is simple, just having the labels, username, first name, last name, and the email, and also having the input fields where the input fields will include the the inputs and also like the edit button. So this what I already saved in my profile, and I already saved it in the DB. And when you want to edit the profile, probably you want to add different information. So I can edit. Okay, so I can probably name it Mark. Uh, Probably this one I can use Taros. Then I can leave this one as it is, and also the email as it is. So if I save the profile, it will give me the pop-up, the, the feedback that I have saved the profile successfully. And if the input fields are empty, so I can remove one. I can try to save it, and then it will give me the error pop-up that all the input fields are required that you can save the profile. On the profile image, I implemented the edit but like you can edit it, so you can change the profile image. So if I click it, it will take me to my 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 folder, and I can choose whichever picture I want to use for my profile page. uh, Yeah, as you can see, it can change my profile. I'm yet to implement it on the. Okay, let me first save the profile, and then I want to demonstrate something else. Can use the initial one. Okay, so when I save the profile, it's going to. So in the DB, I can show you that uh, it reflects what I already saved. So if I go to the profile section, okay, let me try and refresh it. And as you can see, I had changed my first name to be Tarus, and I just changed the username to empty, and it reflects on the DB. Uh, so I the tasks page, I have already successfully tried to implement uh, the functions so that when you change the profile image and the name and the username, you can see it on the profile section. I'm yet to implement it on the other individual pages, and that will be. I think I'll work on it today. I did this part today, and I'm glad that it worked. So that's it for the profile page. Now let's go to the categories page. So my categories page also will fetch all the categories that I initially saved, and let's start with the primary function of adding the category. So when I click add category button, it will be this pop-up where I have the input field for the category name, and I have preset colors which I can change depending on maybe the like how the user likes it. But for now, I colors to these 6 colors, and also the user can also choose whichever color they want by using this color picker. So as you can see, uh, I can choose this color, and then from this color picker, I can choose whichever color I want to use for my categories page. And if I choose this one, I just click outside and then okay. Oh, sorry. So that's something else that's probably is good for demonstrating.
Yeah.
So I have not initially used any added a category name. So maybe just add chores. Okay, I can say house chores. When I click OK, it will save the. Okay, yeah, it is. I think I have to. Oh, this home chores and this house chores, and I can select all. Like if I want to delete like all the categories, or I can just select like the categories that I want to delete. So maybe I can unselect these two, these probably, yeah, these two, and then I delete these ones. So it will give me this pop-up page where you can, if you want to delete it, or maybe it was by mistake. So if I delete them, it will delete all the selected categories. I can also delete it by like individually using this delete button at the end. So if I click delete, it will give me a page where I have to confirm if I want to delete it or not. So if I cancel it, it will cancel like the deleting function. Okay. So if I click delete all by mistake, it will show me like I need to at least select one category before I click the delete all button. Uh, I think I love to work with Freedom since I've seen that she only used 3 colors, so I think I'll work with her to ensure that she can fetch the colors and the categories from this page so that she can use it on the individual tasks and the subtasks actually. Yeah. So
I think that was
that's all.
priority.
Yeah, it was the priority. Oh, I think I need to touch on one last thing. So this part, the category color indicator, where it indicates like the priority of the category.
Could you
Okay,
show us the
so
editing
that's all.
feature? I don't know if we've seen that yet.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So if I click the edit feature, it will also give me like the pop page, such as when you are adding the the category. So you can edit the category name. You can also edit the color. So I can change it to using this preset color and click OK, and it will change the cut like the. Oh, I think I need to change the name. Okay, so let me say maybe work 6 and use this category color. Maybe this one because it's prominent. Okay, if I save it, okay, so you can see that it has changed the category name and category color. So if I go to the DB, you'll see Omchot and Work 6 as this the new categories. So the category page, we refresh it. So you can see, okay, so as you can see, this is the color field, and this the category names. Mm, so that's it for me. Thank you for listening.
Nice. This is really great work. Honestly, it's really good. So I want to make this comment. I know you've mentioned you're going to work with Faith on priority, but I wanted to mention that priority and category should be different. Category is just, we are grouping the tasks in categories, and then priority is um, just highlighting like which ones should have, you know, should be put first.
Okay.
So I would say you both need to work with Edwin, because when we're creating a task, we should be able
All right.
to pick the category, like where does this task belong to, which category does it belong to, and then we're also supposed to pick the priority, like is it a high level priority, low level, all that. Maybe we can kind of visualize the priority and the category in a different way, so that they don't, like when we see color, we want to know, is it really a priority thing we're seeing, or is it like a category? So maybe what we can do is, for categories, we can have the color in the background of the category name. Like you see how in tasks, like there's a general category and it's like the background is colored. Like in this case, work can have the yellow background, so that when that tag is on a task, we know it belongs to the work background. And then priority now can be those three: yellow, green, gray, and is it red, I think?
And red.
Red.
Yes.
Yeah.
So we can have those
Oh, hi.
three, and those will be the same ones that will be on each task card, like at the end of each task card, and inside the task itself, individual task, it's also at the top. So I think that would be a good way of having both of them work together. But you see, that's something we can work on when we are continuing with the refining the project. Do we have any?
Yeah.
This was really
Okay.
great. I really like the images. The images are looking good. I hadn't thought of. I don't know. I hadn't visualized it. I thought we were using avatars, but I'm so happy that you went ahead and you worked on someone being able to upload their own image. So that gives that personalization. Like it feels like it's personal to me. So that's really good. What else? I think we'll give each other more feedback, but the demo was amazing. Thank you so much. Do we have any questions or comments or
Okay. Thank you.
suggestions? We're good? Okay.
Um,
Oh, sorry.
I think
Mm-hmm.
one thing we are remaining with is implementing the search functionality,
Mm-hmm.
because yeah, I think we haven't done that yet.
Yes.
And
Yes, that's true. So, there's that and a couple of other things which we will put them down somewhere so that when we get back to working on this project, we just continue from there. So this, I thought I would share another thing is that we have this on render, and when everyone updates their PR and I've reviewed and I've merged, we should be able to see all these features on render online. So I hope by the end of the weekend we'll have that. And then what's next? I think this is a question that I need to kind of share with you guys on the plans that I have for you all. I think we should continue working on this project still, on refining it. And there are some things that I know we
yeah,
haven't covered because didn't have a lot of time, and I think it's good to take a break after a certain period of time just so that we don't burn out. So one thing we haven't done yet is testing. I think that's one thing we will do. So we'll come back and I'll show you guys how to do unit testing, automated testing, UI testing. And then the next thing is logging. We haven't done that yet, but logging is a really good feature so that it shows you guys who's online, what did they do, how long did they do it. It really gives you insights on how the user is using the application. And also it just helps with kind of identifying where issues start. Um, so we'll do that. Another thing is AI. We have to use AI, right? I don't know if we'll use it as a
mm,
chatbot. I don't know if we'll use it
mm,
in auto completing tasks or auto generating subtasks for our tasks, or I don't know. We
or
will
suggestions.
exactly. So we
I
will.
think
Or
probably
remind.
maybe for the tasks,
Mhm.
to suggest like the tasks that are maybe consistent with what you usually add to your tasks and the subtasks.
Yes, yes. There's that. We can have that, and any I had other ideas. Honestly, with AI, there's so many things we can do, right?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah, yeah. So I'm excited about that. By the way, I'm really excited about that, and we will put it as a high priority feature when we come back. And then another thing is we need to document. So we need to
yeah,
update our, like, we need to learn how to document our APIs. We need to learn how to document our code using comments. We need to know how to document our code also using README files, and also document our product using user manuals. So that's another thing we'll focus on when we come back. Other things would be like email activation. So when someone signs up, we can create templates that sends a link for them to confirm or activate their account before they access it for the first time. Considering we want it to be online,
yeah,
right? Like we want, and we don't want bots to be
mm,
Yeah.
using our to be using our
Yeah.
yeah, to just yeah. So there's a lot we can do, but the things I've mentioned are one of the ones that we can work on. And then once we are done with this, we can move on to another project, which could be a React project, could be a Django whichever one we'll decide. But so far, you guys have done a really good job. I'm really really happy with everything you guys have done. You've done more than what I was even expecting. So you've done an outstanding job. You should be very proud of yourselves.
yeah,
And I'll send some forms to just get more of your feedback and like ways on how we can improve, and also understand like how long do you guys want to break for. Is it 2 weeks, 3 weeks? Do you want a month break? We'll You'll just share that with me, and then we'll plan on coming back and continuing with our project. Otherwise, that's it from me. Not unless someone has a question, anything before we go. You guys are good?
Yeah, I think I'm good.
Yes.
From
I know we've taken more than the allocated time, but this was really great. Thank you for your patience at the beginning of this recording, and also, being very active and engaged for more than 2.5 hours. That's a lot. So thank you so much. We have our companion. We have another mentee called Abby. She wasn't able to join us, but she will do her recording and she will share it with us so that we can compile everything together. But thank you so much. It's been really great. I hope to see you guys really soon as we continue the project.
Thank you.
Thank you. Have a good rest of your weekend and see you soon.
You too.
Yeah. Okay.
Bye-bye.
Yes. Bye.
Bye.
Okay, bye.
Bye. Okay. So I'm currently recording.
Should we start with sorry. Should we start with Mark since he has the presentation?
Okay. Mark, are you ready to start?
Yeah.
Or so let me do a quick introduction first of all. I think we should do a quick introduction, and then Mark, if you're willing to go first, we can have you do that, and then Faith, and then Edwin. No, Edwin, is it? Okay. Now I'm getting mixed up because I'm looking at Edwin and calling you Mark. So, or who wants to go first? Let me put it that way. Who would like to go first?
I think I was muted.
Yeah.
So I can go first. Yeah.
Okay. So let's do a quick introduction. And then Edwin, you can go first. Who'd like to go next?
I can go next.
Okay. And then Faith, you go last. Okay.